Parents of prisoners. What's the worst thing that happened to your child in there? I got a call from the juvenile detention center that my son's skull had been fractured by his cellmate over a gang dispute that escalated. I got in my car and rushed to the hospital, where I found out my son was bleeding from his brain, and the nurses told me to prepare for the worst. I sat in that waiting room with two things on my mind. Would my son live? And that the guards had to be lying. Neither my son nor his cellmate had gang ties. When I got the news my son would live, I was the happiest dad on earth. But there was a problem. An area of his brain responsible for speech had been damaged, meaning he couldn't talk, he couldn't tell me I love you, and couldn't tell me what actually happened. What's even worse is what the doctor told me after pulling me aside. The injuries weren't only on my son's head. He had internal injuries around his nether regions too. Week-old trauma that had nothing to do with any fight. The next morning I went to the detention center. Officer Bryant, who'd called me about the fight, was at the front desk. "How's Caleb?" he asked me. "He can't speak anymore," I responded before asking, "Jason really did that much damage?" Fights get brutal here. I knew I had him when he said that. Jason's mom told me he's been in the lockdown unit since Sunday. She showed me the paperwork, I said. Bryant's face changed completely. He stood up, knocking papers off his desk. She must be confused. That's when Jason's mother, who I'd coordinated with, signed in loudly. "Here to see Jason Mitchell in lockdown unit B." Bryant went pale. He'd been caught lying right there. He dismissed me immediately after, and that night while I was at the hospital, an unknown number called me. A woman whispered, "I heard about your boy. Listen, I work at the facility. Tuesday nights, certain boys get taken to the counseling room instead of going to bed. Your son was one of those kids." My hands were shaking. The injury happened Tuesday night. I thanked the woman and hung up. I confronted the warden the next day. "My son got hurt on a Tuesday. I got told he gets taken to counseling on Tuesday. What happens in that room?" Warden Sparks pulled out a file. "Your son's medical intake shows pre-existing conditions." I grabbed the paper. The intake form was dated 6 weeks ago, but I could smell the fresh ink. The signature wasn't mine. They were forging documents. "You're covering up sexual assault." "That's a serious accusation. Be careful, Mr. Williams. Defamation of correctional staff is a crime." In the parking lot, a woman approached me. "They got your boy too?" She showed me her phone. "My nephew Timothy. Same brain injury 3 months ago. My sister's boy Dante, 6 months ago. I've been tracking it. 17 boys in 2 years. All Tuesday night incidents. All lost their ability to speak. 17? All the same injury pattern. Targeted trauma to the speech center. It's deliberate. They're silencing witnesses." She showed me another message. "Timothy saved this before he died. It's from a boy inside. Says there are cameras in the counseling room. Hidden ones. The warden keeps recordings. We need police. Deputy Chief Henderson's brother is